Hey everyone, it's Xant. So, I just rolled out of bed, the update has come out, so let's take a look at it. I would have normally stayed up to go over it as it came live, but it was launching, or I guess maintenance was finishing at 4 a.m. my time. I wasn't about to stay up that late, or early. Anyways, off we go. So quite a few things got added this time around. We have a couple of changes to the gacha, we have some new machines being added, we obviously have that new raid that got included as well. So, okay. Really nothing's changed on here. Okay, yeah, and there's the 2.5 million. Okay. Alright, cool. So, I'm gonna look at the welfare first, like I normally do. 002 bonus coin exchange. Oh yeah, okay, that's from the last event. True. Okay, and we have gold parts 2. Okay. This... Oh, is it just... Does this mean we just don't have to invest in them? Is that what this means? That's exactly what that means. Okay, so we have two versions of the parts in the shop. We have the blues and then we have the golds. So what this is if you see a part that you actually really want, you don't have to invest in it anymore. They'll actually just give you the gold right out of the gate. So you can save all your awakening chips and whatnot. That's really, really handy, but unfortunately the coin cost associated is kind of steep. But it is what it is, right? We just gotta roll with the punches. Like everything else, it's a good start, honestly. Okay, and then we have emblems and all that other stuff in here. Okay, cool. So, let's look at the Zulu itself. The head, the head, the head. Mid-shot attack raise 14%. Okay. Okay, shot attack. Okay. Xeon and Ace exclusive tags. The chest. Okay, that's kind of beefy. Okay. Special shot damage reduced. Meh. That is really meh. It looks cool, but okay, the arms, the incoms. Mega particle cannon. Yep, DB plus. Okay, cool. Cool. That's probably rather powerful. 0 shot attack on the arm. Okay, so this is kind of weird because it seems to want to be a shot attack machine with the way that the head was designed and the arms, but it doesn't do anything to invest in that shot attack, at least from what I can see. Maybe the rest of the parts wrap up the package. The legs. When armor is 40% or less, crit rate boosted. I had this discussion before about enmity builds. Lower HP means more stats or whatever. It's not inherently bad, but it's just the way that the meta currently works. It's not ideal, I guess is the way to put it, because you're rarely going to take damage. But who knows, maybe the raid changes that, because I've yet to try it. Backpack. Please don't be an amazing backpack. Psycho Jammer. Okay, so it's a giant stun shield, it looks like. You suppress them in a force field. Okay, well, the stats on the backpack are actually rather okay for a 3-star backpack. The ability looks like it's actually pretty decent. It's a unique skill, right? And that's always interesting to see. Okay, what's the cooldown? 60 as 15? Okay. And the shield. Okay. And that's where they packed the beam shot. Okay, so looking at all these parts individually, there are some really cool. Like the backpack's skills probably pretty good. The shield's ability probably hits like a truck, and the arms look nice too for the skill. But the parts don't really work with shot attack from what I'm seeing here. Seems like after you max all the shot, or all the parts I should say, on this machine, your overall shot attack is going to be very low. 558, 291, so we're not even at 1,000 yet. Still not at 1,000. Oh, oops. Just broke 1,000, so we're at like 1,100. 1,400. Yeah, so after maxing all the parts and equipping them, like, it gives you less than 2,000 shot attack, but it has a whole bunch of beam stuff on it and range. So, it's interesting, I guess, to look at a machine that has tons of range and beams, but doesn't do anything with them. Anyways, these parts would be pretty nice if you had a machine that could use them. I don't know about the arms though, the fact that they just give flat 0 shot attack. Because you have to remember the two most important parts for shot attack are the head and the weapon. And then the arms are kind of like, it really depends on the type. Some of them will give lots of melee, some will give lots of shot. And sometimes you'll find some that are balanced. Like the mobile sumo arms. If you go into the arena shop and look at them, they give a really, really high amount of shot attack, especially for 3-star parts you can get for pretty much free. Anyways, I don't think I'd recommend the Rozen Zulu altogether as a unit, because looking at the parts, they don't really work well together from what I can see. Lots of really cool skills, but they don't build on each other. It might be a good melee machine though, but not shot, and because that's what all the EX skills are, that just seems like a waste. I don't know, that's really weird to see. Okay, well, out of all the parts, I'd recommend the backpack. The shield looks pretty cool, and the arms as well, because the EX skills on them. I would say try building them into current comps, like take a look at the numbers and what they do, because you're going to be suffering a lot of shot reduction using any of them. I guess not the shield. Shield doesn't give shot anyways, no matter what, unless you're freedom shield or wing shield. Anyways, arms, backpack, shield, the 3 parts that have EX skills. Overall, the machine is really lackluster. Nice way of putting it. Well, let's take a look at the stuff that got added to the gadget now. And I'll worry about my free rolls later. I also have to look at my using energy soon. Okay. So first let's take a look at what's in the 2.5 million. Is this anything interesting? Oh, we have Earth 3 in here too. Legiless. Okay, cool. So it's just a typical 10. Okay. Nice. Well, let's take a look at these two. Okay, Tallgeese. When armor is 40% or more, damage output boost by 35. Okay. As I've said multiple times, this is really good for things that hit often but light, funnels and things like that. So, and it has pretty okay shot attack actually. Most suits that have shot attack on the head don't break 3k. There's a couple of exceptions. I think only the dual Assault Shroud's head breaks 3k. Dyname's head. I think the Freedom, there's like only a few that actually do it. So anywhere near, like hovering around 3k is pretty good for shot attack. Low mobility. Yeah, long range. Okay, cool. So the head's not too bad for a shooter. Now, do the rest of your parts work together? Infighter Job EX, skill damage taken reduced by 35. No, okay. Good armor. Not really interested in that trait though. Arms, the Dober gun. Who's surprised by that? Bathe foes, blah blah. A and D. Okay, cool. So I think it's pretty much the same actually as the welfare Tallgeese. Just has higher natural stats, obviously, because it's a 4-star. Okay. 3500 melee attack, not... yeah, okay. Okay. And it has the shield integrated into it, so it has lots of extra stats that arms normally don't have. Okay, cool. So the arms are pretty dang good. Legs. Infighter, more EX damage. Okay. So both the chest and the legs reduce EX skill damage. Buff EX skill damage. Nope, time by 22%. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, we actually have a standalone Dober gun this time. Spooky. That trait is not spooky, however. Because at level 1, that's going to be something like 8%. So 8% boost is minimal. You might get like maybe an extra shot tops out of it. But yeah, the game rounds up, so anyways. Stats are actually pretty good for a rifle type, or a sniper rifle type. Okay. Alright. Anything else for this thing? No. Okay. So overall, looking at the Tallgeese, the arms and the gun seem to be really, really nice. The rest of the parts, the head might be good if you need a shot attack head, but obviously, like I always say, you know, better exists in the pool. So unless you're really desperate for a Tallgeese head, or a ranged head, I should say, or you really like the Tallgeese, I don't really think anything in here is really worth looking into, like, needing to get. It's really rare to find a part that you need to go out of your way to roll for. So yeah, so the arms, because that EX feels really nice and it has high melee attack to boot. For once, the backpack's not a total game changer, and the gun's pretty good too. So that's what I'd recommend for the Tallgeese if you do roll or whatnot. Alright, Victory Gundam. Head Mountain Vulcan, okay, cool. Typical. Shot attacks, meh. Melee defense, relatively okay. Cool, yep, okay. Okay, so this is definitely going to be a melee spec machine. High armor, high melee defense. Yep, okay. So the melee attack on the arms is less than the Tallgeese, but the other overall stats seem to actually be higher. Well, okay, it's more balanced towards melee than evened out. The Tallgeese's defenses were more even on the arms, because this also has the integrated shield. So it's definitely favoring something, which is nice. It's better to have a machine that specializes than one that's kind of like an all-rounder. That's something I covered in my stats video. You don't want to have two stats at 6k, you'd rather have one at like 10 or 11k, right, for your offensive options. Arguably same can go for defensive options, but that depends on what you're fighting and if you have to worry about min-maxing. Anyways, so A and D for the vertical saber spin. Beam resist reduce, okay. So not anything groundbreaking, I guess. Okay. The legs. With with rifle category equipped, close shot attack raised by 20%. Okay. So I really hope its gun is like a submachine gun or something, or this is practically useless. for the machine as a whole. Okay. This thing's gonna have really high melee defense if you finish the whole thing. Wow. Backpack. Debuff EX skill. Okay. Strong melee crit rate boosted. Okay. And almost 4k melee. Alright. That's high. Alright. Cool. And what's the last part in the badge? The beam rifle. Okay. So that close shot attack increase is kind of eh. Ooh. Ooh, that's really low shot attack. Beam range, weapon reload speed boosted. Okay. So, looking at the Victory Gundam as a whole, it's definitely designed more for the melee spec. It has some considerations towards ranged, but it's definitely an afterthought with the way the machine's laid out. So, yeah, with rifle category equipped, so it's beam rifle, close shot attack raised. The problem is if you're using a rifle and you use your shot attack from close, you're already gimping your damage because you're not at optimal range, because rifle's made for medium or medium long. So using it close already reduces your damage, so you're just kind of boosting a gimped number, which is very inefficient, I should say. That's the way to put it. Anyways, so looking at the Victory overall, if I'm going to be straight, there's really no part in here that's really that amazing. Everything's kind of okay. Even the arms melee attack is kind of lackluster, but it has excessively high melee defense. I don't know if that's your jam, if you're someone that wants to play a defender type and just be the tankiest boy in the land. If you do, you might wish to look at these arms. But really, other than that, I think only the Beam Saber really stands out because it just has really high melee attack, but even then, right, it's not inherently a bad machine. It's just that even though it seems to be melee focused, they kind of lacked out on the arms and making sure that the melee side would be really good. Seems to be more like a melee defensive type than a melee offensive type, if you get what I mean. So if I were to recommend any parts for this machine, I'd say the arms, just because they do have really bonkers defense on them, and the melee attack's not terrible, but you are losing 700 to 800 compared to most other melee arms around there. Or at least a few hundred, so it's up to you if you want to trade the offensive for the defensive. And the Beam Saber, because it has pretty high melee attack, all things considered, for a beam rifle, or Beam Saber, whoops. I think average, it's like 3,500 or something, and then 4k plus, so something kind of in the middle is neat. Okay. Well, we've gone over that. Really not much else to cover for the machines. Let's look at the pilots. Oh, and the event capsule's still here. Oh yeah, it'll be here till the 17th. So I'm gonna check that again later. Alright. Chang Wufei, Infighter. Okay, so you actually have a decent melee attack to shot ratio, and your defense is pretty high as well. Good armor. Strong melee damage output boosted by 35. Okay, so flat numerical values boosting strong melee damage. It's not terrible. And he is a technique type, so I guess that does kind of cover that part up. So, the trait's not amazing. The stats are pretty good though for a 4-star. Okay. And close combat ace exclusive. Okay, so Chang Wufei is actually not that bad, actually. If he had 1600, I'd highly recommend getting him, but because he only has 1100, I think he's actually pretty much the same as, like, Sai Sichi, isn't he? something like that. I'd have to double check the stats, but I think he's pretty much the same as most of the 4-star pilots when it comes to melee. So, anyways, lots of saying the same thing. Let's look at Emma Sheen. Those Kigali stats, though. She's a mid shooter. Debuff EX skill effect up. Okay, really not that great. Yeah, so like pretty much all the 3-star pilots, only roll if you really like the character. Don't go out of your way. It's not really worth it. Okay. Oh yeah, right. He's an infighter, so he'll get an even further boost to his melee damage. Okay. Okay, cool. So Chang Wufei is actually pretty okay as a pilot, and he actually builds on himself, unlike other certain pilots we've obtained in the past that did not. Here's looking at you, Kazuki. Anyways, the next thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to do a little bit of a time skip. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a run of the event map, and I'm just going to kind of see the coin output, and I'm just going to do some real quick napkin math, and when I'm done that, well, I'll come back and I will talk about the findings for that, because your boy needs to make sure that the monster math's all working out and that free-to-play's still able to do things. Alright, and I'm back. So, I did 2 runs actually of the 5 just to make sure of the numbers, because if we're being honest, the first time I just kind of glossed over it. Look, it's early, okay? I just woke up. Anyways, so with my modifiers on the machines that I'm using here, I'll just bring it up real quick. So I have a 345% boost on the 1 coin run, so the 5 energy, I'm getting 5 coins. So that works out to a 1-to-1 ratio, which is really nice for me. I wish I could crank it up more, but you gotta make do with what you have. Anyways, so what that means, looking at the shop here, I should have 10 coins. Yes, okay. So, because I already know how much energy I'm getting per day, it was what, like 280 something, if I remember correctly, back when I did that video about energy costs. So if I'm getting 200 energy a day, getting one of the gold parts will take about, what, 2 days or so? 280 times 2, 4, 5, 60, yep. So 2 days gets me a gold part. There's not 12 days in the event, so I can't get the gold for everything, but I'll be able to get the gold for a couple of them. And also, because I no longer have to worry about golding these event parts, I don't have to worry as well about getting the purple part, or the purple chips in the shop anymore, which is really good for me. So overall, I'd say this event, much like the ones that we've had in the past after they've rebalanced, I'm not going to say is very free-to-play friendly, because you do have to get the ball rolling initially, but it's at least getting a lot easier for free-to-play to keep up because of them adding the gold part. So if there is a singular part you really want, now you don't have to worry about investing your AI chips and wasting the week of progress by getting them through the ladders and stuff. So very good step forward in my opinion. So, what do I think of all the new content overall? Really, the welfare, much like all welfares, is kind of lackluster. It has a single, or I guess a little more than one single shining part. But due to the way that the machine specs are, and the way that the EX skills work out, it just seems to be a very confused machine. It wants to be a shot attack machine, but the parts don't let it. The parts would be nice to put onto other machines. You just have to obviously make up for the deficit caused by using 3-star parts. Beyond that, the 2 gacha machines, neither of them were amazing overall. It's really rare, like I said, to actually have that happen. We have the Tallgeese that has the Dober gun arms and the actual Dober gun individually. Those are pretty cool. And then the Victory Gundam, like I said, doesn't really have any real knockout parts. It's a melee machine that's designed for melee defense more than melee offense, which is odd, but that's the way the designers decided to take it. The beam saber's good, however, so if you get your hands on that, you're golden. Anyways, with that, I think I've covered all the new gacha content that was added. The only thing I have to look at is the Big Zam raid. But I will probably end up doing an individual video on the Zam raid itself, only because that's a relatively large chunk of content, all things considered. So I'll probably just do that video while this one's rendering. Maybe I'll do it later. I don't know. Expect a video specifically about the Big Zam. Now, as a little extra for this video, I'm just going to show the free rolls that I'm going to do here. If you're not interested, you don't have to stick around, you know? Let's see what happens. Let's do that 10 free roll, and from what I understand, we also get a free AI roll as well. Did I get purple? Oh, I like that. I like doing the free rolls and seeing purple. What do we get? So we get a green. Backpack. Okay, cool. Oh, the Mark II Titans. Alright, alright. So it looks like they've gone. Okay. Then I was about to say, it looks like they've gone and added more parts. I was like, no, wait, I just haven't really rolled the gachas. There's a very high chance I don't have a lot of the parts that are in here. Still saving. Just saving those horror chips until I want to use them. Dragon? Or Shenlong? No, Dragon, I was right the first time. Oh yeah, Shenlong's a 4-star. I'm dumb. Don't worry about me. Alright, backpack. Who did we get? I don't recognize that. NT1. That'd be why I don't recognize it. Legs. Green. Okay. So where's that purple part I was promised? It's gotta be soon, right? I'm running out of stuff. Ooh. Ooh. Like, we take those, I guess. Okay. I'll have to double check the stats on that, because it's been long enough I actually forget what the stat spread on it is and whatnot. Okay. Arms. I think I only got the one purple, which is expected, I guess. Getting more than one purple's really rare. A blue backpack. Okay. We're just getting dupes. Okay. I don't want to skip it though, just in case. Although I think that's it. Yeah. So what are you? 2700 shot attack. Eagle Stellans are eh. Okay. I'll look into putting that into my shot machine, because I think... Yeah, I don't think I have a very good head for my shot attack, so that's actually kind of useful for me. So, we've done the 10 roll there. Alright, let's do my standard YOLO. Do I get another purple? Wouldn't that be hilarious? I was joking! Another head. Okay. I'm really confused, but alright, we take those. Now can we finish up the trifecta with the purple pilot pull, I wonder? So what are your stats? 2700, and yeah, so you're pretty much the strike head, just a different look. Okay, cool. Well, I got lots of Gundam heads now, I guess. Alright, give me that YOLO. One time free, baby. Alright, Haro, what are you giving me? Huh. Sayla. Alright, cool. All I need is, Char, and I got the whole family together. Alright, cool. So that's that. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to keep you around anymore. I've finished everything for the video. Peace out. See you in the next one.